Hi, my name is Bailey Queener. The third artist I chose for the narrative mid-critique was Lauren Kiley. Lauren's images were a little more difficult to interpret, but not in a bad way at all. I loved every single image in Lauren's portfolio, so it was extremely hard for me to choose just one to critique. This photo in particular stood out to me for many reasons, so I decided I wanted to take a further look at it. The first question is, how effectively does the artist use elements and principles of design in composing this image? Lauren did an extremely good job at arranging compositional elements and principles of design within her project, and especially in the specific photograph. I will list and describe the several I saw throughout this image. First, I'll discuss the color. The color in this photo is subtle, yet captivating at the same time. The different tones really play out well together. Color theory. Going off of what I just said about the colors, the blues and the browns/oranges in this photo work really well together as they are opposites on the color wheel. Contrast. The darkness more towards the right of the image really contrasts well against the brighter colors to the left and on the boy. Right to left rule. With the boy jumping from left to right in the image, it adds a sense of movement and completes the rule right to left, or left to right, Foreground depth. The trees and stairs continuing on in the background add a sense of depth to the overall image. Next, leading lines. The lines of the stairs show a continuous movement on into the foreground of the image. Fill the frame. Although not as intense, the subject in this image takes center focus as he fills up a majority of the frame. Rule of thirds. The boy isn't completely centered, making this image more interesting to look at. Point of view. This picture is taken from a slight worm's eye view, giving it a different, interesting perspective for the viewer. Next is balance. The busyness of a moving subject is balanced out by the simple, earthy background of this image. Shape. There are several shapes to be found in this image, like the rectangles in the stairs and the cylinder trunks of the trees. Pattern. You can see a checkered pattern within the boy's shirt, which adds to the composition of this photo overall. Lastly, texture. There's a lot of texture in this image, like the roughness of the dirt, the cracks in the ground, and the soft blades of the grass. Second question. What is this image about? What I got from this image was that it was about a young boy breaking free and having fun. If you look at Lauren's project in its entirety, you can see that it starts out with the boy seeming frustrated, upset, and like he's ready to give up. Then you get to this image and it looks like he is finally getting some of his stress and getting rid of some of his stress and getting back in touch with his youthful self. Lauren's project and this photo makes me wonder what the full story is of the young boy. What is the boy upset about, and how did he find his happiness again? Third question. What would you change about this image? I really do love this photo exactly the way it is. If anything, I think it would be nice to be able to see the enjoyment on the boy's face. The way it is now, you can only see the side, so maybe if she were to play around with the points of view, she could get a different, interesting perspective on the subject. Last question is, what could use improvement within the image/composition? I think there's a potential for more color to be found in this photo. The only reason I say that is because to me this photo represents youthfulness and happiness of the young boy. The overwhelming amount of dark colors and browns in this image sort of takes away from the meaning. Therefore, I think it would really add to the picture to add in some extra vibrant colors. Overall, Lauren did a really great job at telling a compelling story throughout her project. I really felt I could personally relate to the story being told, and she made me want to know more. There is little to nothing I would change and think she overall did a really amazing job.